I don't particularly pay attention to preseason rankings, preseason awards, even things fans say. Like I don't pay attention to any of that. I know, but my family does. Like they will maybe sometime say it when I get on the phone. I know last year we were like 11th preseason, 12th preseason. I mean, it just doesn't matter. It's all about what they think and about politics. It only matters how you go out there and play and produce during the season.
It's called preseason for a reason. So, I mean, like you said last year, we was predicted 12, finished out third. A lot of people say it was luck. A lot of people say it was a fluke. I don't think basketball or Nebraska basketball is a fluke at all. I feel like we grinded to that position. We went through a lot of adversity. We went through a lot of like challenges, stuff like that. To the end of the day, like we proved we are top, five, top three teams in the Big Ten, and I don't feel like we should be number 12. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, we're an underdog team. We love being that. We love proving people wrong, and it makes us more feel to see people like be downfall that we win in some games. So I love it. I love that we 12 right now. Because at the end of the day, the results not there yet at all.
Extra responsibilities do you guys have vocally as leaders now that you're in last year's college?
With the absence of Joe and the absence of Rink, two guys who really weren't shy about using their voice, I feel like me as well as Juwan have to talk a little bit more, talk when it's uncomfortable, talk through the tough times, especially with younger guys or less experienced guys. But it also helps that we have a lot of experience on the team. But with the absence of that leadership, me and Juwan have to really step up and emerge as leaders and talkers and show everybody what it is, how to be poised in tough situations. So.
Definitely being like one of the oldest group in college basketball. Definitely, like you said, voices matter thing on the court for sure. I think, like Coach always say, a player-driven team is the best driven team for sure. So it's a lot of things Fred's not gonna be able to say on the court. Like we could be able to talk to our teammates, off the court, on the court, stuff like that. But in the day, like Brice said, just the poise, just the leadership, I think is gonna take up a notch, especially with the older guys we got now. So I feel like we're not gonna be the only two just using our voice, but I feel like a lot of people use their voice too this year too.
I know I come off as like kind of quiet, but I really ain't that quiet once you get to know me. I have no problem saying what needs to be said or emerging as a leader. I always say what needs to be said anyway. I just don't like showing it publicly, but it hasn't been that hard. It's just more so about balancing out what the team needs because Rink and Josiah and even CJ brought a lot to the team voice-wise. And it's just a matter of where do I fit in and what do I bring and what does Juwan bring in and what do the other leaders bring in because it's all like a team effort.
Being a 6'10" sniper, sharpshooter, facilitator, the person who could legit, do it all. It's different now. He could legit play, 3 through 5. That's something. Fred liked, seeing a bigger group out there who could actually like initiate the offense, and he could do that very much. Like his IQ is like very, very high. Like his passion is like unbelievable. But adding that piece makes us like not small. Like I feel like the only smallest people on the court now is like legit Aaron and Sam. Rollins is a big point guard. But I don't think around like 6'2", 6'3", like 215, 210. So that's a big emphasis for us. But I feel like adding him to the piece is going to make the game way more fun. He can spread the floor out a little bit more, play the 4, play the 5, go small ball. So it's going to be kind of fun to see him on the court with us.
Yeah, BK is a great addition. Size and versatility. He's really like a point forward. He can really handle the ball, really read the game, read the court. I didn't expect him to be that skilled. I didn't really watch film on him, but seeing him and having him out there, and it really makes a difference. Yeah, it's been quick. His game is translated really quick. He's picked it up. I mean, the Europeans are very, very smart when it comes to basketball anyway. So he's really – I feel like he's excelled here quicker than he did at UCLA.
I feel like individually, like for myself, it's been more of this, being a consistent shooter. I feel like last year people didn't respect me shooting the ball, which is, I understand that for sure, especially from the years of not shooting the ball very well for the three-point line. So, all summer I've been working on my shot consistently. But as a team, I feel like just being that gritty grind team again. Last year we lost a lot of pieces like Casey, CJ. A lot of people left, a lot of people graduated, a lot of people transferred. But in the day, that don't stop us from being Nebraska basketball. We still gonna be that underdog team. We still gonna go out there, give 110%, and we still gonna show why we should be a top competitor in the Big Ten. So nothing has changed at all.
It just means being locked in. I've been asking. We had multiple talks about it. I have all the tools to be a good defender, and I've shown flashes of being a good defender. But I know I get lazy sometimes. I'll stand up, or I just will not lock in on a matchup or a scouting report. That happens. That happens to everybody. But coaches stress it to me more like about the little things. It's all the details. It's not about ability or anything with me. It's just about details and how locked in am I going to be. Yeah. Yeah, Gavin's a grasshopper, honestly. Gavin's a grasshopper. Gavin is stronger than what you would think. Gavin's a better shooter than what you would think. Gavin can go on a heater and hit 5 in a row. But Gavin can also put his head at the rim easy. He's the only one at the end of the week who still looks like he's fresh, which is weird. But that's Gavin for you.
You guys try to instill in the freshmen the preseason before their college careers get going? What do they have to freshmen have to understand coming into
College is gonna be it's a journey. I know as a freshman, Braden, he's a man child. Let's start there. He's unbelievably talented. As a 17-year-old, he's believably talented. But I know he gonna be so ready to get on the court. First game, you might not touch the court. For the first 2 games, whatever like that. But I don't see that for Braden at all. But I don't think we had to install anything to the freshmen. I think they knew off the back of we got to come in, we got to learn. We already got other guys ahead of us. They already been here 3 to 4 years already. We got to learn from them. But at the same time, we still got to work on our game at the end of the day. So Nick Janowski is probably one of the down to earth type of guy. He's a unique person. I would definitely say he's very unique. But he's probably one of the hardest workers on the team. He's probably not the most athletic person on the team. He's probably jumped shorter than anybody on the team. But when he said he's a dog and he said he's going to go on the court and legit tell somebody he's a dog, he going to believe it. So, and he going to stand by it. But in the day, those two freshmen right there, I wouldn't consider those freshmen at all. They know what they're doing out there. They know what to do out there, and they know what to get done when they get on the court for sure.
I feel like it kind of puts me and Juwan both back in our normal positions, which is fine. It also brings another level of versatility because while they are the lead guards, everybody still touches the ball moves a little bit faster. The ball gets up the court faster. We get into sets faster. Everything kind of just goes back to normal. I learned a lot. I learned how to read the game more. I've been put in positions where I have to set everybody else up and then set myself up as well. And that just has allowed me to think the game, see the game, and be able to make plays that I wasn't able to make earlier, or that I wasn't developing earlier.
I would say that we don't got. We always first say we don't got a lot of time to be wasting. We don't got a time to be going over a simple drill over and over again. The train keep moving, like Coach Nate always gonna say. But these new guys, even like I said, that veteran group, we understand what we need to get done. if coach tells us one thing, we're gonna get it done off the back. Cause in the day, what's the point stepping one step back? We could take 2 steps forward. So that one step back could set us back that day. Now we gotta go the next day, focus on what we just could learn yesterday, stuff like that. So, this focus on the small things really gonna make things way more simpler. Cause in the day, everybody know Coach Fred is not a complicated coach to play for. Like, he make the game way more easier than a lot of people expect. The only thing he wants you to go out and do, excel on defense, make everything simple what it is on offense and play basketball. That's the only thing he wants you to do, and that's what we're going to do in practice. So everything we do in practice is going to trade it to the game.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say one little thing that's going to get you there. We have to be ready night in, night out, prepare ourselves for each game. One at a time. Can't get too far ahead of ourselves and start looking into March because we haven't even got to November yet, December yet. We're just going to take it one step at a time. We're going to focus on us. We're going to write that goal down, and we're going to look at that goal every day. But we also have to approach every day taking a step towards that goal. So.
Man, definitely being the 2 ranked teams, Wisconsin and Purdue. I think those games something that you would never forget ever in life. Like, I feel like 10 years down the road, I'll be like, man, I wish I could go back to the 10th year I played with Nebraska and we beat Purdue. But we lost to Purdue a year before that by 1. So we knew we had a chance to actually compete with them. So that second year they came back to Nebraska, it was like, man, we got to get this one. So it was actually a fun experience just to actually play that game and actually win by a large margin. The Wisconsin game too, AJ Storr is a great player, one of the greatest players in college basketball. But just having the grit and grind of us just to be able to get that W, it was a big one for us. And they was 16 at the time, so it was a big time win for sure. But those 2 wins for sure definitely top basketball for myself.
Definitely those 2 wins. Wisconsin more for me just because of coming back down from 19. We're really rallying together and grit and pulling ourselves out of that hole. It was just that's the team that got us to March Madness. That's the type of character team we had. Just a team that was going to grind it out all night and not give up. So that would be the one for me.
It can be great. I think positionally, our lenses
just gives us a moment to have a little bit of fun, interact a little bit. I know we scrimmage and practice every day, but that's so serious. We do it every day. It kind of gets boring. Now we're going to do it in front of some fans. Showcase our talents. Most of the guys haven't been here. A lot of transfers. Don't know what the culture is all about. It's going to give us a chance to work on our game while having a little bit of fun, and who doesn't like that?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. This is a real game to me. I ain't gonna lie. This is a real game for me. Even though it's an inter-squad scrimmage, but we actually gonna have real refs there. We actually gonna legit see who's can play a 20-minute, whatever how many minutes it is in the quarter or half, but like that. But let's see who capable of. Coach Fred. I feel like we've been on the exact same team since the summer. Coach Fred haven't changed his team up in a while, so we just now changed the team up. So it's gonna be kind of fun seeing. Playing with Brice, with Aaron, other guys, stuff like that I haven't played with summer yet. So it's gonna be kind of interesting for sure.
I'm excited. I've never been to either place before, but I've seen both of those places on TV. So I'm excited just to play there. Excited to beat them.
Oregon for sure. It hurts my eyes to watch them on TV, so I know it's gonna be worse in person. They got a new court. I heard it still kind of hurt your eyes though, but it's all good though. Yeah. But I am very excited to play at those 2 places because, as people know, one of our own played for Washington's Wilhelm. Seeing him up there, it's gonna be a fun run for sure. Seeing him up there in Oregon. I always want to go to Oregon. That's Nike Town up there, so I always want to see what's the hype up there about. So it's gonna be interesting for myself to go up there too. So it's gonna be fun.
I think my communication, even though I'm physical, but just being able to articulate and talk to guys about what needs to be done, or whatever the case may be, just to make sure we're all on the same page.
Nah, because we right smack dab in the middle of the country, so we don't really have no long trip. Like Rutgers has a long trip to Washington, or vice versa. If UCLA was going to Washington, I mean UCLA was going to Rutgers. So we had the best of both worlds in terms of we can go everywhere in 2 hours. I mean, it still sucks, but I mean, it's better than sitting on the plane for 4 hours. So that's all I tell you. I hate sitting on the plane for that long.
I feel like this the pro life of Fred. Like you played 5 games in 4 days. Like that's the NBA for you. So we playing 2 games within 3 days. I mean we want to be pros. We have to play like pros. So this starting us up right now. So hey, it's gonna be interesting seeing how it goes. But I can't wait at all.
After 6 years of college basketball, this is the last round for you guys?
I think about that every day. Like that's something I legit wake up like, man, like this is something that's been a legit go to the end after this year. But I count every day as a blessing. Like I'm blessed to still play college basketball. I'm blessed to be for Nebraska. But I don't think about next year or the end of the season. Like I legit go every day, every practice with a mindset like, okay, I gotta get 1% better. Let me get my team 1% better. Cause I know once I leave here, I want to leave a stamp. Like I want to leave a mark that okay, I'm glad Juwan Gary came here. I'm glad Brice came here. I'm glad this Nebraska team was built to where in the next 2 or 3 years, nobody can question if Nebraska basketball a real thing. They know exactly what's gonna happen when Nebraska basketball come on TV or step on the court.
If you asked a 17-year-old Brice if I was going to be in college for 6 years, I'd be like, nah. But I looked at you like you was crazy. But like Juwan said, I look at every day now as a blessing. It truly puts things into perspective that this is going to be my last year of college, let alone just college basketball. I'm never going to get these moments back. I'm never going to get to play in front of these fans again or relive these moments. So, I mean, every day is just a blessing. Going to practice, lifting. I mean, even though you don't like it, you got to do it. So, yeah.
You could tell like if you ever came to practice, you could just tell like how the 6 seniors like legit got the urgency of like, yo, we don't got no more time to be wasting. Like we don't got the chance of saying, okay, we got next year, ain't no next year. Like this is it for us. So you could just see the sense of urgency in the weight room, on the court, or even the small thing like we take care of our body, like we sleep on time, like we eat the right thing, stuff like that. This is small things we got to focus on now, to where when the season do come, nothing else gonna affect us, but us. We gonna affect ourselves if we let ourselves affect us. So you could just see it. The seniors, we are locked in. Also, the freshmen locked in, and the other guys are also locked in. So it's gonna be one good run this year for sure.
At home, you guys were great. Not so much. Can you guys talk about like some of that mentality that you worked on in the off season to kind of get that particular monkey off your back this season?
The Big Ten has a lot of tough environments to play in, but that's still no excuse to have that many lapses on the road. But I feel like our experience this year will help pick up that slack. And we'll be able to stick to our roots, stay together, and be able and have the leadership emerge to get out of those holes and turn things around. So I'm curious to see what that's going to be like, but I'm sure it's going to be better than last season.
Is there anything different about going on the road together, even if it is a close scrimmage as a team?
Playing a different team is always better, and it also gives you a chance to see how players perform, see how your team performs. Because practice is one thing, but when you get in the game against other players, fans or not, it truly shows who's going to emerge and what role somebody's going to be in. So I mean, it'll be fun. It'll be definitely a test. It'll give coach a good idea, a good gauge of what he's going to get from players. That's not him. Yeah, Raleigh gave it to us last year. They gave us a good test. I think we ended up winning by like 1 though.
Yeah, that's it. Only by 1 point. Man.
So if he wants to have a good game and lose, that's fine. Or if anybody wants to have a big game and lose, it's fine.
Juwan, you mentioned things like eating and sleep. When did you learn about the importance of that? Is that something you've always had in college? Is that something you kind of picked up on?
Definitely not my freshman year for sure. Not. I came my freshman year, I thought I could eat all of it. Candy, junk food, all that stuff like that. But the more I seen like my teammates going to the pros, like a Herb Jones or like a Jaden Shackelford or even like Casey, like seeing those guys what they did, or even like asking them for advice of what should I do differently now. Like I have the connections now where I could legit pick up the phone and call one of them guys like, yo, like I ain't feeling like I should go this route. Like, what do you think? So now that I'm a fifth year, sixth year seniors now, like, okay, I know what to do. Like, I know what to put in my body. I know what time to go to sleep, so I could have the energy to wake up in the morning at 8, and have my full potential practice, energy. Because if I'm not getting sleep at a certain time, then I'm not performing at my best the next day. Now I'm losing 1% of being better, and I don't need to be losing 1% because, like we all know, this is my last year. I need to be excelling that 1%, then taking away. So this is, like I said, small little things gonna help you out. Like I know I'm gonna go on the court every game and give 100%, but am I going to legit build myself up before that game? I'm going to eat right. I'm going to sleep right. Am I going to take care of my schoolwork before the game comes? So I ain't got to worry about after the game afterwards. So this stuff like that it means a lot to me, actually. Individual goals. I want to be an all-team defense. That's definitely still dwell on me to this day. It's all good. I'm always gonna be the underdog. Nebraska always gonna be an underdog team, which is always fun to me because we always gonna have a story to write. It's gonna be a long one for sure this year. But individual goals definitely be all defensive team. And I feel like as a team goes, like just making a full run the tournament. My team goal, I feel like everybody team goal. I think we could win the Big Ten. I feel like we're capable of doing that. I feel like we got the olderness, the grittiness, and the passion of the basketball game to win the Big Ten tournament. And I think we could able to do it. So I feel like this team is ready to do it, and we're gonna see.
Individually, I just want to make a team of first team All Big Ten, which I feel like is attainable. And then for a team, a smaller team goal would just be, like Juwan said, to win the Big Ten. We definitely had the talent, the ability, the experience. So it's just all about putting it together.
You're a kid having fun. A lot of people, they kind of get to these levels or they get to wherever point they are in life, and they kind of lose the fun, the joy, the excitement, the energy, or whatever it can be. And he brings all of it with him. You play basketball at the end of the day, it's a game that's meant to be fun, it's meant to be creative.
Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely fuels me. But like Brice said, you'll never know. I'll never show it. Cause in the day, it's like my game gonna speak for itself. You gonna see my energy is gonna be totally different from last year's season. Like, I'm gonna be all over the floor. Like the word dog gonna be emphasized every game for sure. So yeah, of course it fuels me. But in the day, it's like you can't dwell yourself how everybody else think about you. Like you can't think about, okay, this person didn't think I was the best defensive player, but you got somebody on the other side like, yeah, he's probably the best defensive player you ever got. Can't argue that. But in the day, it's like, okay, let me go use that as a field. I'm going to use that next year. So now it's like, okay, this person's going to come out with a whole different fire under his behind. Like, okay, he's going to guard every position to the point you're going to have to recognize he's a defensive player on first team, second team, whatever. Defensive player of the year, no matter what it is.
Last year was the highest scoring season in college basketball. Like, you're one of the better defenders. Like, what are some of the new tricks that defenses are going to try to slow some of these teams down? A lot of smart coaches are thinking switching is going to be back here, like the king of switching. Right?
Yes, sir. No, Coach Nate, which is the person that takes care of all defense accolades. That's probably the person I talk to the most when it comes to coaches. Like, of course, I talk to Fred, but it'd be more off the court things. But Coach Nate put the defense in my hands. Like, the defense is legit. I'm the defensive coach at this point, but. Me switching to 1 through 5, or me being a hard hedge partner, like I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get a stop in the day. Like I'm not there on the court to score 20 points, 30 points. Like I'm here to make my team way better than what they already are. I'm here to do stuff that I know Coach Nate want me to do or Coach Fred want me to do. I'm not the person to be selfish to take somebody, defense assignment. Like, nah, like if you want to switch me, switch me. If you solid, solid. I believe you. If I trust you on the court, I need you 100% locked in on that defense assignment for sure.
I felt like last year you guys were a little bit smaller inside, so you swarmed.
Yes, sir.
All over the place, and that kind of gave up a lot of threes.
Yes, sir.
The roster construction this year makes it so like, hey, we can be a little bit more sound.
Yeah, definitely.
Not necessarily give up as many threes.
Yeah, that, especially with the added Braxton, who is 7'1", 265. That's a huge emphasis on Burke, who's 6'10", versatility, stuff like that. Gavin, another 6'10", versatility on wing. So I feel like we got a lot of size now to the point where we can switch 1 through 5 and be totally fine. Like, we going to have size on size. Sometimes we might be bigger on some people, might play smaller, but at the same time, we going to be good on either end of the court.